didn't miss a step. If their story's kinda boring, you can tell them hell yep, hell yeah. Knock me down a peg when I wanna be a big shot, and I will kick it up the next notch. And if I work, put in the labor, blood, sweat, callin' every favor, eat my veggies, say my prayers, push myself to be a danger. I'll be a preteen with a taser. I have a theory, dear, so let me put it past. I have to check it's valid, though I know you didn't ask. You don't like to kiss me, no, you don't like to kiss, 'cause my beard is way too itchy and it scratches up your lips. But I can't shave it off, I'm too self-conscious of the fact I have a scar above my lip that my beard and mustache mask. And I have a scar above my lip 'cause I once smashed up on a curb, flew over both my handlebars and straight into the dirt. And I didn't have a helmet on 'cause that was way back when I was too damn cool for safety rules or simple common sense. So if I now remember right by the transitive rule, darling, you don't like to kiss me 'cause I'm too damn cool. With tired eyes she stared at me. It's 3 a.m. she said, Bug, be glad I love you, you're a goober, go to bed. You love my quirks, the dopey way I flirt. You're even kind and warm when I am getting on your nerves. You love my quirks, I'm certain you deserve a handsome hunk, but now you're stuck with this annoying nerd. You put up with more than most would mind, the time it takes to rise and shine. I'm hitting snooze at 6:05, 6:15, and 6 more times. You don't run away, I'll weigh my food, my morning routine, which includes scrambling to find my keys, 'cause I can't leave them out in view. Even though you bought that bowl, put it right beside the door, and all I have to do is set them there as soon as I get home. Said I'm flipping up the couch and oh hey, there they are, I found them. Have a great day and oh happy.
Hey, I think that was about a sec. How are you doing, Alien? How was Friday? Obviously, is the first thing to mention. How'd you get on? Hey, Caleb. Oh no. Well, that's annoying. Oh no, that's a shame. How are you feeling about it? In the meantime, we are continuing with the Game Grumps animation. Yeah, Caleb's right. More time to prepare. We're continuing with the Game Grumps animation. I'm still calling it the Secret Project for anyone that doesn't watch these streams. So, like in the title and any Twitter posts, just so I can kind of announce it more formally with the usual post. But yeah, for the time being, it's a secret project. It's probably going to be the last stream that I do on it, because I'm hoping this will be ready at the end of the week. So Thursday, I'm thinking of doing something different. But yeah. Oh, hold on. Alarm's going off again. I installed a new alarm system that turns on whenever someone mentions piss to try and defer it. And that's annoying, Alien. Sorry to hear it, but like Caleb says, I guess that's extra time to get ready for it. So yeah, anyway, we're going to crack on with this. I've started a little bit of the animation. I'm more than happy to show you where I'm at the minute because I've not made too much of a dent into it yet. It started this today, and then I'm hoping, because it's a fairly short one, this one, I think it's about 1 minute 20, or maybe 1.5 minutes just about. So I'm hoping to get this one done before the end of the week. And going by my usual schedule, it'll probably be ready on Thursday, so bearing in mind with the stream, I don't want to kind of be rushing to finish it before the stream in my mind, so I'm probably going to have something else planned for Thursday's stream and then either get it finished, just before or just afterwards, or even on Friday. So we'll all have a think about what we want to do. I'm thinking of something more like community based, something like Jackbox Games or Magma Studio, AGO, something like that. So we'll all have a think. But yeah, in the meantime, this is what I'm working on so far.
You gonna get married or you gonna stay single? I'm gonna get married. Hell yeah. Yeah. I'll come and I'll be like the crazy uncle, I'll show up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm all like, I don't have my shit together.
So yeah, not too much, not too far into it yet. So that's what I've done this morning. A lot of it was making tweaks to the rigs and setting up the background, and also rigging up Danny's wife for the animation. I guess I've not shared what the whole the whole audio is yet, so I'll happily do that as well. I think it's about 2,000 frames, a bit more. So
I'm all like, I don't have my shit together. I'm all drunk, bloated and shit.
Bloated Uncle Aaron's here.
Hey guys, can I play your retro game collection? No, we sold it in a rock paper scissors duel.
Hold on, I have to lose another rock paper scissors duel. I'm gonna go into debt for rock paper scissors.
You can't afford it, bro.
Wow!
Oh my god!
Fucking awesome. Oh, Christmas.
Holy shit.
Yep, alright. That's how that goes.
This fucking 1%er over here hoarding the wealth.
My wife's like, why can't you just stop gambling on rock, paper, scissors?
and get some retro games like a normal person.
Bank will give you a loan. Okay, if you don't repay them. Oh dear. Okay, cool. I'll take the loan. Okay, back to zero. I'm gonna make a ton of money and die alone. Like all legends.
It'd be like the Wolf of Wall Street. Get that fucking house and just be like, whoa, fucking. They have little coke-fueled parties. It's gonna be awesome.
hey, White Rose. So yeah, that is the audio that I'm going to be working with for the next week. And it's going to be my first, well, not my first Game Grumps animation, but first modern era Deep Blue Ink Game Grumps animation, which is going to be fun, going to be interesting. I'm already getting like cathartic animating this. Just kind of thinking about my first animation being a Game Grumps animation and what that looked like, and the fact that the process was literally drawing using a laptop trackpad on Microsoft Paint, which is absolutely wild now that I think about it. Hey Laura. So yeah, it's very cathartic to be doing this with real software, real tech, and I think 3-4 years more experience on how to animate, so it's quite nice. Yeah.
I'm all like, I don't have my shit together. I'm all like, I don't have my shit together.
So, what do I want to do now?
I'm all like, I don't have my shit together.
I think as well, I'm going to do a bit more detail of him looking gross on his face, even if it's just like adding a couple of crumbs or like a something, I don't know, like a stain. In the next shot he talks about being drunk, so I think maybe just something simple like that. Oh, thank you very much, Caleb. And yeah, it's one of these. You start where you start. I'm sure I've said this on stream before, but my only advice to anyone starting a new hobby is just make sure you're having fun when you do it, and then you'll keep doing it, and then you'll naturally practice more. Well, that certainly worked for me. So we want that to look kind of skanky. Oh yeah, and a weird coincidence as well. This morning, I woke up to a Twitter mention from our very own Alien, who shared a secret sleepover club. Is that what they're called? It's something like that. The Jacob and Julia gaming stream. And it was them playing a game of Life 2. And that is the exact game that this clip is from. That's the one, Secret Sleepover Society. Yeah, and that's exactly what this audio is from as well. Because Game Grumps played it, I think only like a couple of weeks ago, because I'm fairly sure I picked like a fairly new episode to take some audio from. So yeah, weird coincidence that. So I need his face to kind of flip. Psychic or physics? I wasn't. That felt like a better joke if it was written down. Hey Annabia, thank you for that interruption. I needed it. There's so many elements to these streams that I really wasn't expecting to like become constant, and I think Sup Gamers was a bit of a turn up for the books. Oh, I've just realised when you flip his moustache isn't symmetrical. Is that annoying? People ever going to notice that? If I hadn't have mentioned it. I think you could justify it being like the angle. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. And I need to fix the shadow. When this is rendered, there's like kind of shade coming off him because he's in front of a light source, so I need to make sure that the kind of shadow connects to him up here as well. Like I said, I've started this today, so I still don't know where all the layers are at the minute, so I'm still figuring it out, but it should be fine. Cool, I think that's pretty much what I want this shot to look like. I was thinking maybe having some flies like kind of buzzing around, but it's always hard to know how to like how to animate a fly. They're just moving dots, but I'll leave it as is. Good. I always enjoy White Rose's emotes, just the kind of unlock of emotes to really add to the drama. Right, let's move on to the next shot, which is what I plan on doing for the majority of this stream. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I've written down somewhere where the shot should end, which is 427, which is the next one. Thank you. Yeah, this next shot is going to involve drawing Aaron from the background, from the back, sorry, which I haven't rigged up yet, so that's going to take a minute. And then also the other kind of side of the wedding marquee, which I haven't done yet. I should just be able to kind of take what I've already got and flip it, shouldn't be an issue. But huh. Cool, Alien. I didn't know we could do that. That is a solid way to show off all the emotes you've unlocked. Well, until someone chooses to donate 50 quid or something daft like that, I am the only one with this emote, so I will show off this one. Thank you for the excuse, Alien. I was literally looking through. I haven't added that as a reward, have I, by accident? Because I was literally looking at the default rewards you can get, or the kind of default channel rewards to use your bots for. Sorry if you can hear the siren outside. Someone heard I was doing a piss stream and they called the police. Yeah, there's default channel rewards that surprisingly aren't name colors in your palette on your animation software. One of them is turning on emote only mode, so that's thank you, Rose. That's what it says on our passports, Alien. That's on the coat of arms. Right, how am I going to compose this? So let's flip Aaron first. So he's going to be, in my mind, on this side, kind of blurred out, because he's going to be in the foreground, but not the focus of the shot. I kind of want him to, I think I want him to spill his drink, as they're talking about. None whatsoever, tells you. It's actually illegal to even talk about them, so I'm really taking a risk by doing these Twitch streams. How am I going to do this? Because that... Right, let's figure this out. Because the problem is, whenever I do these streams, I try and narrate through my thought process, and normally I just kind of trial and error it until it's right. But because I'm trying to think about it, it's not going to work. It's not going to do it. Right, so his arms are kind of wrong. If the beer bottle was in that one, would that be right? No. Okay, hold on. I think it's because they're more or less on the wrong layer, as it were. Cool. But yeah, how's everyone doing? What's everyone got planned for the rest of the week? Anyone got any creative projects going, or rescheduled tests to revise for, or what's the vibe? What's the feeling? Cool. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty secret. You'll have to explain to me Mother of Pearl lines, but that sounds cool. Switch my light switches with push button Mother of Pearl lines. Ones. Cool. Mother of Pearl. I've definitely heard people talk about that. Yeah, I'm kind of on Alien's wavelength here. I've definitely heard people talk about Mother of Pearl buttons, I think. I might be talking on my ass. White Rose, I have 2 exams and a quiz on Friday. It's no fun this week for me. No, not at all. I'm sorry to hear it. And Alien, that is what I have done before the stream. It's almost done. Almost done. Let's try and fix his arm so it doesn't look like that in general. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Oh wow, well, that's very fancy. Oh, I see. So it's like a toggle button. That's cool. Wild. I am overdue to do something a lot easier, which is just changing a couple of light bulbs in the flat, which I haven't changed in a while. So I cannot, I guess, relate to doing anything that looks that complicated. I don't know if it's complicated. It feels like it would be changing a light switch. Maybe it's literally just swapping the screws. I don't know. Anyway, it looks cool. Right. So that already is a lot closer to what it looks like. Caleb, nice. I'm glad that's a universal approach to DIY. I put together a sofa last week and still have all of my dad's tools in a bag because I have a couple of Phillips screwdrivers net about it. Right, what am I doing? So that kind of looks right, so that's cool. Wait, I don't think I made a new layer for that, did I? Nope. Right, let's not mess anything up. I probably would have got away with that actually, but that's fine. Wait, why are there F's in the chat? Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like that's certainly what I did when I lived at my childhood home, but now I don't know how to use the new circuit breaker, which probably probably isn't the right approach to safety. That I just don't really know how to use it, so I won't. Am I on the right one? Yeah, it should be. Is that not showing this time then? I'm on the wrong fucking side. That's me being dim. Right. Let's try that again. Yep, that was me just being dim. Right. No worries, Alien. But yeah, I am currently building up a bit of a bank of animations. I've got a project coming up fairly soon, which I'm not going to be able to stream or talk about. So I'm really trying to test myself with how to talk about this project. But it means I'm going to have like a few, sorry, Caleb. It means I'm going to have like a few weeks that I need to spend consecutively on this thing. So if I can get kind of some animations banked up beforehand, it means I don't need to worry about the channel so much. Obviously I still need to upload everything, but realistically it's not going to be too difficult if I have these animations kind of ready to go whilst I'm working on that one. Oh, thank you very much, Caleb. So I mean, I'm already trying to kind of keep a week ahead of schedule at the minute with uploading the animations onto Patreon. So the one that's going up this Friday just went up last Friday on Patreon. So that new one's coming up, and then obviously I'm working on this one, which is going to be for 3 weeks time now, or 3 Fridays time for the YouTube channel and 2 Fridays time for the Patreon. So I'm going to be a week ahead then. I just need to keep basically banking these, and then I'll be sorted and ahead of schedule and safe for. Well, that's very kind of you, Lurks. How do I delete stuff on my phone? Hold on. Let me go through this. How do I? Suspicious user. Yep. Restrict. Yeah. Okay. If I block that, what did that do? See, the one time the mod disappears. Did that delete that? Or is that still there? Hold on. Yes. Okay, cool. I got it. Thank you, Caleb. Can everyone confirm that's deleted now? It is on mine, but I'm guessing it is if it says one message was deleted by a moderator. I think I did that. Cool. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying, but basically I'm banking up these animations, getting ready to work on this project. What I'm going to do, because I can't work on this project on stream, is I'm still going to have some kind of, animation on the go. It's just obviously going to be a lot slower. So normally, in the... Thanks, Tarzia. I feel famous. It was saying, do you want to be famous? And I feel famous for having a spam bot that isn't on a YouTube when I did those. Yeah, I'm still going to have the streams. I'm not going to, not stream whilst I'm working on this project, but I'm going to be working on something else. It'll be just like a Mabimbam or a Drawfee animated or another Game Grumps animated, depending on when the project starts. But I'm not going to work on whatever that kind of animation is in between streams, so it will be a much slower process, and you'll probably see the whole animation process, I guess, on stream. Again, depending on how long everything takes. But yeah. And I said earlier in the stream as well, my plan as well for Thursday, because I think this Game Grumps animation is probably going to be done, near the time of the stream, and I don't want to kind of rush myself or take my time based on these streams, is I'm going to do just something completely different, something community-based. No, Alien, you left us. I had to, can you believe it? Me, a famous YouTube animator, having to do work for myself. How dare you? Yeah, so Thursday I'm going to do something community-based. So might be a Jackbox Games stream or a community drawing stream or something like that. I don't know, something fun that I don't have to think about too much, probably. And that's just the thought process at the minute. I might change my mind. I might have to move the stream or something for any reason, but yeah, that's certainly the intent. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know, and we'll crack on in the meantime. So let's get the bottle back in his hand. That is the wrong hand. Is it? Yeah, it's the wrong hand. Yep, so I won't share it while you work on it. Haha. You know what they say when one is away. What's going to play? I feel like they were waiting. There's some kind of bot that sees when the mod says, I'm stepping away for 2 minutes, and they're just like, now's my chance. Cool. Just cheating a little bit for this, but that's fine, because no one here is going to tell. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god. Hold on. Don't say that we have to watch this after the stream. This sounds important.
Hello, my name is...
Yes! Oh my god. I've genuinely been talking to my partner about the idea of someone doing. No, can everyone click this now? This is very important. Alien seems to, looking at the title, has done a video essay on whether Griffin's glasses are getting bigger. See, the problem is this is a very difficult thing to not just pause the stream for 4 minutes for. I'm gonna do that. I appreciate you said not to take away from the stream, but this is too important to me. I'm gonna crank up the music a bit and just go AFK for 4 minutes, and I will be back to share my thoughts. Thank you, Alien. Well, I mean, if that isn't the most important bit of media to come out of 2022, I'd be shocked. I mean, it's so good. It's so pure. It's so thorough. It is significantly more thought into the into the issue than I've ever put. Fantastic. Thank you so much for just slowly checking off on a list of things that are making just ruining my ego. Thank you very much to Alien, our very own Alien Notwer. Yeah, I mean, it's one of these where now I don't know. The problem is it's now changed my opinion on it, because I had, in my mind, I had a concept. I I had an answer for this that I was never going to give, and honestly, it's kind of rocked that. Like, I'm not actually sure what's real anymore. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with my original statement that it's going to be the most important piece of media to come out of 2022. And I still won't be answering the question. Thank you very much, Alien. It's going to be difficult to focus on whatever I was doing before now. Some kind of stupid animation bullshit? I don't know. Right, let's see if I can just do anything now after that. Magnum Opus was right. I also might have accidentally turned off my chat, so that's fine. But Hat in Scary Movie 3. I've seen Scary Movie 3. That was amongst others, I'm sure that was the Ring parody. Oh, sorry, I have, haven't I? We have deep mouth coverage. Good, yep, a very important aspect of the video essay. Let's find a good place for that. God, we are getting through these, actually. Deep mouth cov. And bigger than before. It's not confirmation, I'm just reading out what's on the screen. Thank you very much to Tazia and to Caleb for those 2 colour requests. It's not confirmed. No one clipped that. Lovely. The egg meme. Any colours in this photo? Egg, bigger than before. Egg. It's about the video as an egg meme that I can't forget. I really can't get over just that video. Thank you very much, Alien, for taking the time to do that. It's absolutely fantastic. Cool. Right, what am I doing? Doing the back of Aaron. His legs. They shouldn't be. I think that is more or less what I want. What I'm gonna do as well at some point in this shot is have him kind of like tip over his wrist. For some reason I might give him a watch that I haven't done at the minute, just so he can spill alcohol, because I think that's a good way of animating the moment where he calls himself a drunk. Let me just have a quick look at this link, because I don't know what the egg meme is. We're about. Okay, so that's the second most important piece of media to come out of 2022. What did I watch? What is there any context to that, White Rose? Is there anything? Okay, that is kind of right. I think I need to fix his hair. You make the egg bigger than before. yeah, I guess there's not really much more to say about it. Certainly did that. He did it twice with blue ink. Is the origins confirmed? Anyway. No, I don't think I do. I appreciate that. It does what it says on the tin. It does what it says it's going to do. But how is it a meme? When are you? I was going to say when you're able to like reference that, but I guess we have. I guess. But no, even then, the Griffin's glasses getting bigger than before feels like a really niche thing. What? At any rate, which side is that? That's these ones. Cool. Okay, that is more or less Aaron from the back. I'm going to extend his hand a little bit over the bottle because it doesn't look quite right to me. Whoop. I really like every time I hear bigger than before, I think of egg as a sentence, as a concept, just in general. It's very good. Okay, right. That is enough of Aaron's composition. We need Danny and Ashley. I choose not to, Caleb. I appreciate the trap, but absolutely not. It's one of these where the minute I answer the question, it loses all of its magic, and that's why we're going to leave it to. Thank you, White Rose. That's why we're going to leave it to investigative journalists, such as our very own Alien. Beige for think of egg. Is that beige? That's quite a dark beige. Let's see if we've got a better beige. There we go. That's a better beige. The problem is, I'm gonna have to do this annoying thing, which I'm gonna talk about an annoying thing now. Like, did everyone when they were at school like try and annoy their friends by telling them to breathe, and then you think about breathing, and then you can't like breathe automatically? What White Rose has accidentally done is now added something on my computer which I use constantly. I'm sorry, Alien. I said no, exactly that as well, Caleb. I'm glad that's a more universal thing than I thought it was. To that. The problem is White Rose has now just put a little reminder to always be thinking of eggs on my computer, which I appreciate. The problem is I lost the game only like a few months ago because me and my partner were talking about this because she's a secondary school teacher and none of the kids know about the game now. So I really like the emotes as well. And I think she like at one point said like, shit, I lost the game in front of the kids and no one knew what she was talking about, and it just felt, I didn't like it. It was a very like hollow moment. Right. Where is the best pose to take Danny from? Probably that one. Let's see how this looks. Okay. How universal is that then? The game. It's fine. We lost the game now. We can talk about it for a bit. Because I thought it was a UK thing. How's the education system there? Do you guys have to take Christian classes in public school? That is wild. Yeah, Anna, that's wild. That's really cool. It depends what you mean by Christian classes. If it's how to be a Christian, no, that's not a thing here. If it's like learning about religion, like in the UK, in most schools, I think we have like RE or RS, which is religious education or religious studies, where you learn about Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, Hinduism, Judaism, certainly in my experience. And then I did philosophy as well at college, which was more kind of extended stuff like that, so like ancient Greek philosophy and stuff like that. But we have like Christian schools. Like there are. Oh well, hold on. I just learned the head of state is leader of CEB. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so Church of England was set up by King Henry VIII, if my history is right. Because he wanted a divorce, as far as I understand it, and as far as watching Six the musical explained it to me. But yeah, it's not that kind of critical over here. I think the UK is probably generally more secular than the US, for example. But yeah, like there are Christian schools. Like there are Catholic schools that have like kind of nuns kind of as part of staff, and like you say, there are C of E schools who might have like a pastor kind of in the school as like a more or less a counselor, I guess, for the kids. Not the one I went to, but that's certainly a bit more common. But no, not like Christian classes. Separation. Yeah. We have pastor as well, but we have both. Yeah, as far as like, you know, my understanding of the American education system is probably just based on, you know, The Simpsons and Family Guy and that kind of thing, but you know, seeing people talk about you know, trying to get evolution taught or banned from schools, that kind of thing. I don't. It probably is still deep seated in British education system, but it's certainly not something that's as explicitly argued over. I think, might be wrong. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna speak on behalf of the UK for that, but just out of interest, then, what is Christian classes? Is that like Sunday school at a church where they like teach you like how to be a good Christian, or is it learning about Christianity? What's the vibe? The state also has the most well-educated citizen, the most stratified and segregated. Yeah, not great, not ideal, but yeah, like I say, certainly in terms of the UK, I'm sure it's still deep-seated, but not something that I'm educated enough to really talk about confidently. Yeah, no, that's all right then. Not as far as I'm aware. I'm sure there are like, I mean, I'm sure the school I went to had like an after-school club that was more or less like a Christian after-school club for, you know, people who are Christian to kind of gather and talk, but no, nothing that kind of I can't think of the word. Opposite of voluntary. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think I get the impression that private schools are more likely to have that kind of thing. I went to a Catholic primary school. We had just classes talking about the Bible and who different saints are, but nothing really strict memorizing. Okay. Yeah, I really don't remember learning much about Christianity, you know, beyond what is just kind of, you know, in our culture in general. Like I've been to church, I'm sure I have, just for like Christmas services when I was, you know, very young. And Christingles, is that a thing across the world? Like I don't know, I genuinely don't remember what it was for or like what the kind of message was behind it, but it was like an orange that they'd put a candle in, and then a toothpick with like a raisin, and then another toothpick with like a sweet in it. and then you'd light it. I have absolutely no idea if I've dreamt that. But if anyone has heard of Chris Dingles, let me know in the chat, gamers. I don't know how the stream's gone into this. Yeah, we never went to like churches for like school trips or anything, but there were definitely schools nearby that did. Like we sung hymns as very young kids. Hey alien, religion has entered the chat somehow. Yeah, thank you, Caleb. Yeah, like there were more religious primary schools that would take kids to church on like Wednesdays. I seem to remember was the one that did it locally, but no, we just sung hymns now is probably it. Yeah. Either way. Right, let's get rid of his controller. I ideally don't want the chat to to form into arguing over religion, ideally. Yeah, information sharing is what we're after. I think is what we're doing. If anyone is rude about anyone's beliefs, we're not doing that. Whoop. Sorry. What do we want Danny's post to be from across the room? I'm not sure yet. Probably need to listen to the audio again. Realistically.
Bloated and shit.
Bloated Uncle Aaron's here.
All drunk and bloated.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Whoop. Whoop. Oh yeah, good luck. Be safe. Right, what do we want this to look like? Not sure yet. Let's find out. I think it needs to have that kind of slightly upward angle. I think. Might be wrong. And before I animate anything, I'm going to do the background just so I've got a better idea of kind of perspective and all of that. Oh no. Fun fact, my friend and I made a Ouija game at school for fun, and our teacher thought we actually summoned an evil spirit. That's not great. That's not ideal. Like, are you sure you didn't? Is an important follow-up question. Like, did you like say to your friends like, oh, that's so weird, our teacher said that we summoned a spirit, and they're like, what teacher? What are you what are you talking about? There's no one there. All I'm saying is just be careful. So next we need Danny's bride. Oh my god, really? No, I had no idea. Is it not like at least based on something like, you know, traditional or occult or something like that? Hey, Michael. And if you would like to help my ego, what boys do you recognize? Because if you recognize the boys I think you recognize, then that means the designs are good and right and what I want. No pressure. If you guess wrong, I'm deleting it. Yeah, no, sick. That's all right. Good, nice, and a perfect way of doing it. You've saved the channel again, Michael. Thank you very much. Fuck, alien, no. Weirdly though, I thought the same. So again, continuing Alien's terrifying psychic connection. I did think if anyone's going to miss guess who they are, it's going to be Rhett and Link. Did they? What, they hosted Game Grumps? I missed that. Let me have a look. Oh, sick. That's really cool. Hey, speaking of GMM, hey Michael. Right, let's think. Is that a good angle? It would be a lot easier, so I didn't have to redraw. Someone pointed out in one of the comments in the animation that I did, and I can't remember if it was someone from the podcast, but a lot of people came to your defense, Michael, so don't worry. Because, yeah, GMM cast is not a thing. Like, there isn't a... Well, no, it wasn't a thing, sorry. It's not a Rhett and Link thing. It is a thing, obviously, now. And the whole point is now you've got a target, Michael. You've got to set your... oh, that was you. Okay, cool. You've got to reach for the stars, and like I say, you've got a target now, so you've got to be bigger than Good Mythical Morning, which I've still never properly watched. I don't think I've seen, like, I can't think where I've seen it from. It must be just like TikTok and just being on the internet in general. Here Biscuits, their podcast. Yeah, I didn't even know they had a podcast, but they are. The Ouija board, in fact, came straight out of American 19th century obsession with spiritualism, the belief that the dead are able to communicate with the living. Hey, I mean, fair enough. They just pulled it out of nowhere. The wonderful talking board. See, that's much more friendly. The impossible goal of being the biggest guys on YouTube. Look, it's only impossible if you don't think you can do it, and I think you can do it, Michael. I think it's an easy goal. In fact, I'm surprised if you're not actually already there. How many animations does Good Mythical Morning have on the Deep Blue Ink YouTube channel, huh? None. There we go. If that's not the metric that everyone uses for success, I don't know what is. Right, let's straighten out Danny's shadow. Whoop. Fun fact, actually been proven to work in Office before a plan was allowed to proceed. Oh god, could you imagine, like, if they you're the people who designed the Ouija board and you're like, okay, we've got to get this patented, and someone's like, Jim, they're gonna test it, it's fine, we'll see what happens, and then like they go in and there's like a receptionist who's like, okay, let's use it then, and then you're like, quick, ask them a question, and the receptionist just like, who was my great-great-grandfather, and the like the person who works at Hasbro is just panicking, just like spreading like the cursor thing all over the board and just like hoping to hell that the receptionist's great-great-grandfather was called Jeff or something. There's a Morbid podcast that goes about its origins. Cool. I'm sure I've heard of Morbid podcast as well. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I can guess what it is, I guess, from the context, but I've not heard of an Ideomotor reflex, so as long as neither had the receptionist at the patent office, then yeah, that explains it. Right, how is that for composition? I thought they were going to be a little bit further away. I don't know if they need to match the same kind of scale as Aaron from here. I guess they kind of do. Thinking about it, like, in terms of perspective, but let's, oops, try it a little bit more. I don't want it to be too like small, I guess. It's my worry at the minute, but we'll see how it looks. Because this is more accurate, if not better yet. Let's see if it's better. Whoop. Still want it to be on thirds, ideally, like most of the stuff I do. Kind of on thirds, if not thirds, kind of mirrored. So the distance of like Aaron to the side and these two to the side. Danny's going to kind of buckle over in a sec, so I don't want him to accidentally like look like he's headbutting her. Predator motor reflex is what explains most divination. The fact no one can actually be perfectly still. Oh right. Oh, okay, fair enough. I presumed it was more like I'd seen like idea in the etymology of it, so I thought it was like your body will naturally like float towards what you like subconsciously want it to do. But that's cool, that makes sense. For some reason, failure related fun facts is a surprisingly large category of fun facts in my brain. Good. It's a good category, like Michael says. Okay, right. That is closer to the perspective I wanted. I think, apart from maybe changing the shade as well, the background for this previous shot can more or less just be mirrored to do the same job, except they are different layers, but that's fine. I can still do that fairly easily, hopefully. Right, so let's do that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, and I need to add a floor. Now that I think about it, that's probably important. Let's do the same with what I've called foliage, because I couldn't think of what it's actually called, but like the... I don't know what it's called. Kind of bunting. Yeah, garland is, I'm sure, the right word. Whoop. Right. Where are we? Here. Lovely. Should I just cut out their feet? Is that better? It does mirror that a little bit better if I do. Right, let's try it. Certainly saves me a job. Yeah, if I do it more or less at their feet, I think that's probably what I want. Yeah, it's worth me saying as well, I don't know what my next animation is going to be, as in my next like channel animation is going to be. So I've got this Game Grumps one. Well, I've got the Mabim Bam one going up next on Friday, and then I'll have this Game Grumps one going 2 weeks after that. And then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be Drawfy next, since we're all Drawfin in the chat. And I don't know what Drawfy moment I'm going to animate yet. So if anyone has seen any very good, very animatable moments lately, let me know. It's still going to be... Actually, it's only going to be a week before I work on it. It's really weird because I've said this before, but I know Michael wasn't here, so I'll explain it again, that I'm kind of banking these up because I've got a project I'm working on soon. Not one that I've talked to Michael about, a different one that I can't do on stream and will take a few weeks or a while to do, so I've got to bank up animations whilst I work on that privately. So yeah, it's weird. I'm actually going to be animating stuff kind of well in advance of when I publish them, which is different to what I normally do. So I'm not going to be kind of as up to date as I normally am, which usually helps if I can like be one of the first animators to do a very good yeah, it's certainly not one I've done before, Michael. I think I'm probably like as far ahead of my schedule as I've ever been, because this animation's going to be done. I think, yeah, this one's going to be done 2 weeks ahead of schedule, which I've never done before. And then the following one's going to be even more than that. I think 3 weeks. I don't know, something about maths. So yeah, it's going to be weird not kind of doing up-to-date moments. I still probably can, but I need to pick out a drawfee moment fairly soon to work on at the end of this week and start of next week. Maybe at the end of the week this week, not sure. I might find something else to work on in the meantime, but yeah. Do you want me to play it, Michael? It depends how much you're watching, because it's a fairly recent moment. It's not like a classic Game Grumps moment. It was from an episode of Game of Life 2. Nah, don't worry about it. This stream is meant to disrupt my workflow. But this is...
Show up and be like, I'm all like, I don't have my shit together. I'm all drunk and bloated and shit.
Bloated Uncle Aaron's here.
So yeah, that's what I'm animating at the minute. Whoops. It's important. It keeps me sane. This stream is both for my mental health and for my just being social, remembering how to speak to anyone other than my partner. It's a good thing to have. Yeah, spiritual health as well, I guess. If we're exploring things. Right, how is that for composition? Does that look right? I think maybe a little bit lower. Up. And again. Up. I think White Rose is right. Actually, I figured out the activity feed that Alien was talking about. But maybe not, because mine says that we've only done the one, and I know for a fact we've done more than that. So we've got Think of Egg, and then there were 2 more before that. I'm sure they were, but for some reason they didn't turn up on mine. Liquid Game Grumps is good. Jamming up your pee hole. Yeah. I was really surprised. I was properly into... That was the one. Thank you, Ellen. For some reason, I didn't turn up in my activity feed. I was properly into Game Grumps like a few years ago, and then only just recently started watching them again, and was shocked at how many of the jokes are still the same jokes they've been doing for 5 years, which isn't a bad thing, but I thought I was going to be like listening to a new episode and just completely lost, but no, it was more or less the same stuff as before, which is comforting. Right, is that what I want it to look like? We also need the where is it? These, I think. Yeah. It's not wrong, Michael. Let's see where they are and if that looks right from this angle as well, just to save me a job of redrawing those. Okay, Aaron is now in front of that, so let's push him back. I think these are going to be massive, aren't they? Yep. So let's make them smaller as well. So, right, we want these to be kind of here-ish, I think, but then they'll be blurred because they're closer to the camera. And then we need another set of chairs in front of those. a lot of mental gymnastics for this kind of composition side of it, which I'm not always great at, but I'm trying to. I'm always probably more attentive to this kind of thing than I need to be. Like I always like to make sure that things make sense. I think the best example I can think of is when I did the what was it? The approachable spice bit from a Bim Bam, where they were doing a. Was it Wendy's? Whose burger was that? This is me not knowing things that I've animated as soon as I've done them. Sorry, that's loud. Yeah, it was Wendy's. Thank you, Michael. But yeah, like if the audio doesn't make sense, I spend a lot of time trying to make sure it makes sense, I guess. And sometimes there'll just kind of be empty bits of audio which give me a good chance to kind of think about things like that. So I mean, with that one, there was a lot of confusion in my head of kind of who was speaking when, and the best way it felt to kind of make it make sense was having people be like brainwashed, I think. So yeah, lots of interesting approaches to that kind of thing. But no, as well as like story fluidity, I try and do the same with the actual like composition as well, if I can. Like this. Right, so that is generally what the previous shot looks like, and then that is not far off. I think that still makes sense. It looks a little bit smaller, like the tent does. Not that one, sorry. It's worth me saying as well, Michael, probably one of my greatest career moments happened today. About 15 minutes into the stream, because Alien has made a video, which I will link actually. I'm going to do the linking now because I'm sure he won't chill for himself, where he's done a very, I can't think of a word, but a very detailed video essay into whether Griffin's glasses are getting bigger, which was fantastic and something that I've joked about for a long time, and I'm so happy someone else has done it instead. Because it means I don't have to end the joke, because I'm never going to stop goading this, because it's funny as hell. So yeah, that is definitely worth a watch. Right, yeah, so looks much bigger there than there, so let's raise the roof. I will leave a proper comment on it after the stream as well, Alien, just so you know. I'm not going to just leave it. I'm probably going to share it on Twitter as well as one of my greatest career highlights. I want to give the comment the attention it deserves, and I don't want to do that on stream because I'll just be silently typing for about 10 minutes. Right, how does that look this time? Yeah, maybe too high this time. No, I think it needs to be that far to the side. Right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that's fine now. Thank you, Michael. What's Liquid Game Grumps then? I think probably an orange, right? Like a Game Grumps orange, if I have one. Okay, there's an orange. I think that's Jacob's shadow. I think. And now it's Liquid Game Grumps. Cool. Liquid Game Grumps. Cool. Let's extend this a bit. And it's taking a lot of willpower not to just like do my worst Aaron impression to try and do that. I have a project idea I'm toying with that will take some time to actualize, considering at some point to commission Blue. Oh god, for part of it at some point down the line. Just have to figure out how to get to that point. You let me know if you want privately if that's more sensible. You let me know and I will I will bear it in mind. Oh dear.
Bloated and shit.
Right, let's move Ashley's face over. Something as well that I want to do, but I'm probably not going to do in this animation is kind of fill out the wedding seats. It feels like it's going to be probably too big a task to try and do here. Like it depends, I guess, how much I kind of get through in the time that I've kind of allocated towards this animation, but I don't know if, because it's always fun to see in people's animations when they reference other people, especially Game Grumps ones, because it's such a big team. You can have like, you know, Ross in it and Susie and Barry and everyone else. So I'd like to put them into it, but I'm gonna have to draw the front of their heads and the back of their heads, and I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of work. I'll think about it. I need to think about who I could do that's like got a default enough look that I can kind of do them quickly. It would be a music video animation. But I have to figure out how to record it and get some information to it first. Well, I don't mean to shill again for someone, but Michael is an outstanding composer who is, I am sure, very busy right now. But certainly, if you need to, watch someone or kind of look through someone's back catalogue. Actually, hold on. Let's find his SoundCloud now, because again, he won't do this himself. Just in case this is of any use, Alien, have a listen through this back catalogue at some time, because he does the composition for his own podcast and certainly a handful of others as well for little bits. So, I mean, you can base them off their Grumps heads. Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest bet, right? Like, it's more or less what I've done for Aaron and Danny as well. Like, they, you know, everyone animates them more or less the same design. You just kind of need to put your own style kind of twist on it a little bit, which is what I think I've done, hopefully. This is what I want to see. Creative collaboration born through dumb piss streams. Right, how am I doing this? Let's keep looking at composition for the time being. I need to blur Aaron quite heavily. Not that heavily. Tense. But cool. First guy that I ever watched Jay the Warlord. Oh, that's really cool. Cool. Right, that is kind of what I want that to look like. I think the chairs are the wrong order. Looking at it here. I think the front chairs are still the front chairs. Actually, let's see if I'm wrong. Yes, that's right. Okay, cool. Right, let's do a little less than that, I think. But that is, I know, a bit more than that, actually, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's right. Buddy Joe, who I met probably need to meet IRL. You've actually played Jackbox games with him. Oh, nice. Who was that then? Oh, it's worth me saying as well, Michael, just in case you're around, I'm probably going to be doing something like Jackbox games on Thursday for this stream, just because I don't want to start the next animation yet, and this will probably be like right at the end of animating, so if you wanted to hang out for that, feel free. Who was Jay then? The problem is because I've played Jackbox games with Michael and a lot of his podcast, and then a lot of people that aren't in his podcast, and like I do a little bit of prep before each time just to remember like everyone's names. So like I remember who, like Christine is, and obviously your brother. But then like there's like 4 or 5 people each time that I just don't know who they are, and then they turn out to be from other podcasts, and it's just like this whole like network, which is always really cool. But I have no idea who people are until someone introduces me. Jay isn't from Pokemakers, I take it. This is Jay. Yes, I remember this is JC. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I tend to just remember people from like the jokes they make and like obviously their names in Jackbox games. Cool. Yeah, Alex and JD, I remember. I don't know, I thought that might be JDJ, but cool. Right, I think I'm gonna add like another kind of like wedding arch in front of them, and then probably a priest, but the priest might be, or the vicar, I don't know, I guess you have, it's one of them. I might have them like, oh, I'll tell you what, it should be Ninja Brian really, for anyone that's in with Game Grumps. I'll do like a priestly Ninja Brian, that's fine. I'll worry about that another time then, but that makes sense to me. Whoops, I've opened something on my laptop I didn't mean to. Okay, right, I will do a bit of a garland now. Let me just Google, I keep saying garland, let me just Google what wedding arches look like and see if they're all just kind of a plain white as well. Okay, no, that's cool. I will do like a wooden one. So that would be on this layer. Whoops. Yeah, I managed to see them live as well, obviously in the UK, which was a rarity. I managed to actually ask him a question as well, because I got like a VIP ticket for something like 10 quid extra or something daft like that. And yeah, I managed to ask Brian a question, which was really cool. It was a very unique, massively unique concert compared to anything I'd been to, which is really cool. I'm very happy to obviously see Twerp as well, TWRP. What do you ask, Michael? I think I did something like, I think I asked them if they'd like ever collaborate with anyone, because they were stood next to is it JP? It's someone that did the Perfect Product with TWRP, and I can't remember if that's his name. But yeah, I asked NSP if they'd like ever collaborate with people, and then used him as an excuse, or used him as an example, and they flipped him off, which is on brand. Right. Cool. Let's fix that. Okay, maybe a bit. It's such a weird intersection of all the things that I'm doing on the internet. That's really cool. Oh, Jacob Anderson. No, for some reason I read that as in Drawfee Jacob. No, yeah, of course. Like Raleigh Ritchie is outstanding, and I think probably, I don't know how much you listen to Jacob Anderson as Raleigh Ritchie, but I think his album Andy in 2020 was probably my album of the year. I try and have an answer for that if anyone ever asks. Yeah, I think Andy was my album that year, and then last year is by a band called Tiger Cub. That's why it is Jacob Andrews, isn't it? That is very close. No, Jacob Anderson's a rapper who is probably more known to anyone by the actor who plays Grey Worm on Game of Thrones. Yeah, Time in a Tree is outstanding. It's just like a perfect blend of hundreds of different like kind of elements of music that I love. Anyway, nice. Yeah, I have a song that I basically want to cover but need some help with the backing tracks. There's a reference I just don't have skills to put together. Lol. Cool. I mean, it sounds like a really fun project, so it'd be cool to hear. Whilst he's here, let's use GMM Michael Shade of Transparency to add some depth there. Yeah, like if anyone is into, I'm awful with like genres, but yeah, if anyone wants to listen to some good music with some like fantastic orchestration, I fully recommend the album Andy by Raleigh Ritchie, which I'm going to type in the chat because I don't know how to pronounce his name anymore, because Alexa, who I constantly ask to play it, thinks that it's Raleigh Ritchie, and I'm fairly sure it's Raleigh, like Walter Raleigh, I guess. But yeah, no, it's such a good album, and like the final track is heartbreaking but absolutely perfect. I would have said hip hop, but also I don't want to like, anytime someone raps, I don't want to be like, this is hip hop, because like there's so many elements of it that just aren't like hip hop, I guess. Oh, is that the American pronunciation of it? Raleigh. I mean, that's the thing, like I don't know anyone called Raleigh or Raleigh anyway, so right, let's add some Alien Sword as well onto this. Let's do it without anything in the way, but that makes sense, especially with Alexa. Whoop. Right, so we then go round and up there. I think if I could work with anyone in the world for a music video, it would probably be Jacob Anderson for Big and Scared. Like, it's just such an emotive track. It's so good, it's so amazing. But yeah, devastating at the same time. It's a city in Virginia for obvious reasons, so that's why I know that makes sense. Let's just add a bit more weight to these, and then let's add some of these as well. Here's that one. See how this looks. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. I mean, it certainly looks recognisable as what it's meant to, I think, so that's cool. He's one of the few rappers singers that I just didn't get away with, like, fuck all that, I just want to be happy. Yeah. Yeah. What's that one from? Yeah, is that Aristocrats? I don't know. Without singing, like, each song from the start, I'm not going to be able to do it like that, but, yeah. It is. Oh, it is Time in a Tree, of course it is, yeah. No, it's very, very good, and I will keep recommending people listen to him until they do. Cool. Right. Let's extend that to the end. I don't know how much animation I'm actually going to get done on this stream, but certainly doing all this competition is going to help. Should I have stuff in the corner? No, let's not. Let's not worry. Oh, just got to go AFK for a second, guys. See you in a sec. Cool. So, sorry to have to end this soon, but I need to run off and pick someone up. I will see you all on Thursday. I'll make some posts on Twitter and YouTube about the plan. And I will leave the chat running just for a little bit whilst I'm putting shoes on, just so everyone can exchange Twitter handles. Also, I love Little Sims. But other than that, I will see you all soon. All right, bye.